Good day, trail makers. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay.
Wasting time.
I've collected a couple of artifacts, but you know, my vehicles needed a little bit of work and I needed a little bit of a break, so I thought maybe I'd just see what kind of fish there is around here. And you know, I've been sitting here for a few minutes, haven't really gotten any whoa, I think I got a bite. Whoa! Oh, sweet Jesus. Uh-oh. Oh my god, that's a big one. Oh man. I don't know if I can reel this in. I don't. Oh, the phone. I'm gonna have to let this one go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. Good thing I didn't catch that. Huh. I think that blew up the phone booth. Oh well. Man, it's a good sign to get back to work.
Alright, let's play some trail makers. Oh, crap.
Now, I know over here by wherever my spaceship landed, there is a tiki. And I think that it is right there. So let's see if I can load this bad boy up. You know what? That is just gonna have to work. So as you can see, my first attempts at artifact collection had a few bumps and explosions. So I had to do some upgrading. The helicopter, for instance, is horrible. Even though the logic was messed up, once I got that all fixed, it was still horrible. The other thing you may notice is that I'm doing voiceover for this. I'll be doing commentary of my videos and, you know, editing them, and that's because I just thought that it would be easier. Oh, I can't lie. My microphone was muted while I was recording this. But anyway, I will see if it is easier to do a voiceover for my work than, you know, talk through it, and maybe it'll make editing easier. Anyway, let's carry on with some more artifact collection, and I'll talk about my creations as we go. So I built this drone. I mean, it doesn't look like a drone. It's basically a flying box, but it's got magnets all around it, and it is actually kind of my new workhorse. Like, even my boat that I thought would be very handy is nowhere near as handy as this, and actually the boat is mildly useless. Get a good bird's eye view. Now this thing actually has stability in all directions, up, down, left, right. It's a series of gyros and mini thrusters. And one thing it can't do, unfortunately, is float, which I will be fixing later. But what does float and sinks is my submarine. Now this thing works really well. It's got mouse steering, good brakes, and on the front of it, it has a what do you call those little grabber things? And then, so it'll hold on to an item which has a magnet behind it, and then you can release it so it floats up to the surface and you can pick it up later. Let's go find some underwater artifacts. And there's our very first underwater artifact. Pretty hard to maneuver underwater. There's a lot of resistance in all directions. At least that will be my excuse for not doing a good job picking this up. Oh, I got stuck to the rock. And the artifact, oh, it flew up in the air. Going back down again. Yeah, as you can see, I think my grabber thingy that floats up is not worth the hassle. All right, and artifact number 4 is collected. Yippee! So we're coming up to what looks like maybe a plane at one point, or some sort of, I don't know, big spaceship. And there's definitely an artifact in here. Well, I know that now, obviously, because I'm talking about it afterwards, but I was sure when I went in here that there was an artifact here. And these are the kind of places where there are artifacts. So the controls for this, I've got mouse steering, because the back hinge there is on a aiming servo, and then left click points you up, right click points you down, and then if you hold both mouse buttons, it lowers the buoyancy of the buoyancy blocks, so you can go down. Still not quite used to this sub yet, but it's actually really awesome once I do some tweaking on it later. Oh, and also the speed on it is on an accumulator, so that you can you don't have to hold down the W to go forward, and you can go at slow speeds, which is really nice. I am really good at knocking artifacts off the easy place to pick them up, to go collect them in a more difficult place. Who wants to play in easy mode? I got it. That was super easy. I had no difficulties at all there. Just ignore the little weird frame skip that you might think is me cutting out a big chunk of me messing around trying to get it to work. That didn't happen, I swear. All right, let's get out of here. So I really wanted to use my surface deployment, so I actually dropped the artifact and picked it back up again, and now I'm about to release it to the surface. It's a really cool concept, but in reality, not really all that practical. Alright, we are going to move on to the next artifact now. I added some bigger headlights to the front because I went kind of off the edge and got into some pretty deep water here. And there was some really cool stuff down here. Look at this bone graveyard. Well, I guess it's just a graveyard. Man, the details the developers went into down here was pretty cool. Yeah, that area is called Whale Rest. So I have the buoyancy blocks set at a point that makes it, neutrally buoyant. And I have it always at the same spot. And I did that by using an end gate with a timer on it. So I can go down and release some of the bladder, but when I let go, it actually goes back to its neutral buoyancy. Took me a little while to figure out exactly what the buoyancy was, but it works well. Now, pretty soon I think we're going to see an artifact. Oh, there's one. And watch me knock it off this cliff. Yep. Pretty much same as last time, struggled to try to pick it up. And hopefully, I think this is the time when I actually, oh, there it goes, up to the surface, and then I can go theoretically pick it up with my boat. I actually traveled quite a ways away from the, what do you call it, the blue zone. And I stuck myself to the rock. Oh no, I didn't. I think that's a piece of salvage I just picked up. Oh, and it's a yellow. And I haven't found the yellow place yet. I think I was guessing at this point that it was the snow. So I swapped to the boat, and I'm hoping to pick up that artifact that I just got. Now I'd explained all the features that this boat has, like what all the wheels are for in the back. It's supposed to be like a, I don't know, you put the artifacts in the back and then you turn the motor on, it brings to the front where the magnets are, and guess what? None of that crap worked at all. I actually later pretty much redesigned this entire boat. It also had a tailgate that I got rid of because that tailgate was just kept glitching everything out. This iteration of this boat is pretty much completely useless, as you will see. Also doesn't reverse well. I made it too complicated. No, not me. Make something complicated? No way. So you saw a lot of me messing around trying to pick it up, and yeah, things just aren't going well trying to get this piece of equipment. At that point I was kind of hoping it would just maybe bounce into the boat, and then I died. And I'm back in the blue zone. So when I died, all of my debris and everything disappeared. So the 2 artifacts that I collected sunk, which was kind of painful, and I had to go back and retrieve them again. I'm not going to put you through all that. As you can see, I eventually did have a successful pickup with the magnet and my boat and the surface launcher, so that was good. If you look in my boat, I actually have a compass in there, and the other gauges obviously don't work, they're just stickers, but it's kind of a cool thing to have. Put a lot of detail in this boat. Actually, it was max complexity at this point. Later on, when I get rid of all the wheels in the back, I get rid of a lot of complexity, but it's good because I made a much better pickup system for it. Right now I'm heading off to what I'll find is the red zone. I was pretty certain it wasn't the yellow zone, but I thought I'd head over there anyway because it's the only other point that I had found so far. So yeah, this is actually a pretty cool place. And I unlocked the red checkpoint. So obviously I have a yellow artifact in a red zone, so I won't be able to deposit it here. But I'm just going to put it up on the dock for safekeeping so it doesn't sink to the ground. I do not remember how I actually did that. Oh, that's one way to do it. And I died. Well, at least I got that red checkpoint first. That was a much safer way to do that. I'll get out my drone. I think this thing needs a better name than a drone. It doesn't look at all like a drone. I'm obviously still learning how to operate all of my equipment. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me suffer. That was an awfully long video for what I deliver. 2 artifacts? Oh, God. Anyway, I figured that was as good a place as any to end off, but I would like to show you how that surface delivery system worked. Now, I got rid of it on my sub because it just, for that campaign, just doesn't work that well. It's much easier to just deliver it itself, but it is kind of a cool idea. So I am going to hop into the water and show you how it's done. I guess I could have also just tabbed to get here, but what fun is that? Whee! Don't drown, don't drown, don't drown. Okay. Obviously, you need an underwater seat. Let's put it into my Oilers Go colors. And then let's start with, actually let's start with the buoyancy block, because that's a pain because it only has 2 connection points. So I kept meaning to mention in my video that this idea was not originally mine. Krell actually came up with the idea of this delivery system, and he tried magnets, but they went all wonky when they were detached, so he came up with using anchor pins. I came up with the idea of putting a magnet behind it to suck things into the anchor pins, but really it was his idea. He is a fantastic builder, and you should totally check out his channel and subscribe and check out his high seas content. I will post a link in the description. So all the gyros, you don't need them for this. I just put them in there for stability because I'm not building a whole thing. Those are on right click. Oh, that shouldn't be on the same click. Okay, let's put that on left click. Those are on right click. Now let's put something for it to grab. And let's put these on X. So these are what we're going to be grabbing. So why don't I paint those white? Why not? Chrome. Chrome is good. Okay. Now what I had done with that, I'd actually painted it glowing so you could see it, which I thought was a pretty good idea. Make that glowing too. Now hopefully this thing doesn't float. I'll drop her down. Oh yeah, sinks like a stone. And see that buoyancy block is at 0 now. I have it on an NOR gate on negative. And then let's release that. Oh, I have to go after it. My gyros aren't strong enough, and these gyros are too strong. Let's put them at like 3, and then my steering gyro at 4. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let me just back up a little bit here. Okay, turn on the magnet. Goes in. The anchor pins theoretically picked it up, and then I'm going to release. And it should have... Oh, right, I need to let go of the magnet. It didn't work because... Here. Let's just get rid of these two. It's alright. I think mine was further back as well. And I also had a little cover on the front that opened up so that I wouldn't run into things and get stuck to them when I didn't want to. Although I still did it all the time. Let's just go like this. Get rid of this debris. Okay, got rid of those. Back up a little bit. Turn on the magnet. Now, it's definitely attached. Now you turn off the magnet and release. And that is how the surface launcher works. Pretty cool. I wonder something though. A few things that I wonder about. Does dynamite blow up underwater? And will it blow up underwater if it is hit with the anchor pins? That is all. Or will it blow up when it hits the surface? Or will it even blow up at all? Alright, let's try this again. I love dynamite. Okay, X. Back up a little bit. Let's wait for that anchor pin to dissolve. There we go. Okay, and cool. Now let's see what happens. Is it going to blow up? First it would have to breach the surface. The one with the oh, didn't blow up. This is a fun little boat. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my high sea adventure, and hope you can find some sort of good use for this little idea I have here with the dynamite. And you have yourselves a lovely day, and remember, be kind to each other. Bye.